everybody and welcome to the final part of the Christmas gift guide series. These are the big presents that we have bought for our boys this Christmas, and also some of my favourite ideas for big items that you can buy your babies and toddlers this Christmas, things that we already have and use and love every day at home. The way that I've categorised this list is items that are £50 and over, so big doesn't necessarily mean big in size, but just bigger in cost. I still think that £50 is a reasonable amount to spend on a present, but it's not too expensive. So I've tried not to include things that are all, way over £100 to £200, because obviously lots of us are on budgets this year. So if you haven't seen the other parts of my Christmas gift guide, then I will link them all down below for you. We have done Advent, stocking fillers, small and medium gifts, and now this one. So let's get stuck into the list. The first thing that I wanted to share with you is something that links on actually with one of the gifts in the small and medium gift guide. And it is these Tagu blocks. Now I know that they look like nothing, they just look like wooden blocks, but they're actually brilliant because they are magnetic, so they stick together. They stick together in 3 different places. They have magnets in the middle and both ends, and they're brilliant for making things with. You can make 2D objects, 3D objects. I'll put some pictures up on the screen because the things that you can make with them are absolutely fantastic. And babies love them because they're just fun to hold, to chew on if they want to, and to tap together. We have used these with Finley since he was maybe, I guess, about 1 year old. And now Rupert really enjoys playing with them. Finley loves to build towers with them. They're actually great for tower building because of course they do stick together so the tower doesn't fall apart as easily. They are quite pricey, which is why I've included them in this gift guide as opposed to the small and medium gift guide. You are definitely looking at over £50 for a set if you buy them online. However, and I probably sound like a broken record, but if you go into TK Maxx or HomeSense, then they often have Tagu in there for much cheaper. I think I got 2 sets in there for £40, so a lot less expensive than getting 1 set online for full price. The next big gift that I want to share with you is something that we are really excited about. I can't actually show it to you physically because we haven't got it yet. It's actually something that my dad and his partner are gifting to the boys, something that I asked if they would mind getting for them. And I think it's such a brilliant idea. It's called a Yoto Player. And basically what it is a little music player or storyteller for children. And the Yoto Player comes with little cards with stories on, and the children can pop the cards into the Yoto Player themselves, press the button, and then listen to the story. It reads them the story. It's quite retro in a way, a lot like listening to tapes, stories on tape as a child, which I'm sure you did. I certainly loved to do that. And you can get ones that play music as well and songs. So I just thought this was such a nice idea for the boys. But the thing I liked about it best was that you can buy blank discs or little cards for the Yoto Player. And then your loved ones or you can record messages or read stories. So what I'm going to actually get my dad and his partner to do is read some stories and record them, so that then when we're at home, the boys can listen to stories from their grandpa, which I just think is such a great idea, especially at the moment when we're far away and kept away from family. My dad absolutely loves to read stories to the boys at bedtime. That's always like his thing that he does when we go down there. So I just thought this would mean that they wouldn't have to miss out on that, and they would still be able to hear their grandpa reading them stories every night if they want to. We have also got the Roald Dahl story pack with our Yoto Player. That's one that my dad and his partner chose to gift the boys. I have asked for a few others as well from other family members, which is a nice way of kind of extending the gift. So they do a Julia Donaldson one, which I think looks really nice, and a nursery rhymes one, which I think Finley and Rupert would both enjoy together. The next idea is something that is less of a toy and more of a practical, useful item. Now I have shared about this before, but I just wanted to include it again because if any of you haven't watched my videos before, then you won't maybe have heard of this. It is a Montessori learning tower, and basically what it is a really big step stool that enables children to stand up at your kitchen counter or other high surfaces without danger of falling back and hurting themselves, because it has a bar at the back to stop your child from falling backwards. So you can set the step at different heights depending on the size of your child or the size of your counter, and then they can climb up and stand next to you and help you while you cook or while you prepare things. It's a really nice thing to be able to do, especially if you have maybe an 18-month-old plus that likes to cling onto your legs while you're cooking them tea, and they can stand up next to you, and then it will instantly stop that whining or moaning because they can see what's going on. You can give them a little task to do, or you can start cooking and baking together, which is what we try and do with Finley every so often. And he actually asks now to pull his stool over and help with cooking his tea. So he likes to pour the pasta in the pan and help us with all the safe things that he can do. Rupert hasn't started using it yet because he's just not quite sturdy enough at standing up, but as soon as he is, then we will be using it with him as well. We got ours from Amazon. You can get them from lots of different places. There are lots of different ones on Amazon. If you like the look of ours, then I will link it down below for you. I think it comes in white, the beach colour that we have, and then I think it might come in like a dark wood colour as well. Something else wooden that we have bought for the boys this year, and their main Christmas present, is a Pickler triangle and slide, and I am really looking forward to giving this to them because I know it's going to suit both boys so well. So if you have never heard of a Pickler triangle before, it is basically like an indoor climbing frame. I mean, you could use it outdoors, I guess, if you wanted to, but I probably wouldn't leave it outside. And it's really great for multiple different skills. Obviously, as a baby, babies can start to pull up on it. They can start to climb up when they get more able. They can crawl underneath and you can make it into a tunnel, especially if you put fabric over the top. If you've got a smaller baby, you can use it like a play arch and hang things down from inside and lay your baby underneath. And then we've also got the slide or ramp that goes with it. So obviously on one side it can be used as a slide to slide down or to roll things down, roll balls down or cars down, and the other side has got little foot grips so that they can climb up. You can use it as a ramp, or you can balance it from one surface to the other. So for example, from the sofa you can balance it across to their Pickler triangle so that they can climb across or walk across and use it as a balance board. There are so many different configurations that you can use with it. I've wanted to get one of these for ages, but to be perfectly honest, it is quite a big spend. You have to buy, from most places, you have to buy the triangle and the slide separately. So we just felt that now we've got the two boys, buying it as a joint present just means that we kind of get to save a little bit of money. It's something that they both would really enjoy playing on together. I'm really happy that we're finally able to get it for them. Ours came from Etsy. I will link the specific shop that we got ours from below because it was the best price that I could find and the one that had the best reviews. Obviously you can get some that are cheap but not good quality, and you want it to be safe, obviously, if your child is climbing up onto it and standing on it at a height. The next big gift that I wanted to talk about, and something that we got for Christmas, I think it was 2 years ago now, is our baby carrier. This is quite an expensive buy, so it's something that's really great to ask for Christmas. The reason that we actually didn't have ours when Finley was born was because we got a different one. We actually had a baby Bjorn, and I really didn't like it. It hurt my back, and actually I learned since that they're really not great for babies' hips at all because they let their legs dangle rather than supporting them up in that M shape that they should be for baby carrying. So we went to our local sling library and we were able to try out some different carriers, and the one that we liked the best was the Becco Gemini baby carrier. I have talked about it before. In fact, we've given one away before. It is a brilliant baby carrier, so comfortable to wear and really supportive for your baby. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that you have to have the Becco Gemini baby carrier. It's just the one that worked best for us. If you're able to go to a sling library near to you, I don't know if maybe they have safe practices available given the current world situation, I would really advise you going to speak to somebody to choose the best carrier for you. Now, carriers can be expensive. They're generally upwards of about £100 for a good quality one that's going to last you. But it's worth it in my opinion because you not only can use it when your baby is a small baby, you can use it up into their toddler years. Ours we used with Finley even quite recently when he was, I think he was even 3, he turned 3, and we used it because he was tired of walking, and actually it was great because it just takes the weight out of your arms when you're carrying them. We asked for ours as a gift from grandparents, so that's something that you could maybe think about doing. if you've already got a carrier but you don't like it, or you are preparing for a new baby. The last few ideas that I have for you in this big gift guides category actually aren't physical gifts at all. And I think that that's a great idea because sometimes you just have too much stuff. I'm just constantly surrounded by toys and things and baby paraphernalia, and while we're very grateful for everything that we have, and I am so happy that the boys have those things to play with, it is a bit much sometimes if people are buying you more, or even if you want to give your children a present but you don't want to add to the pile of toys that they already have. I have got 3 different ideas for you that I think are really great and that we have utilised before. The first is a term at a baby class. So if you take, for example, baby sensory, which is a really popular baby class in the UK and in different countries around the world, a term of 10 weeks costs £60. So it's quite expensive. But if somebody gifts that to you, it's such a great present to get because it just takes a weight off your mind. You don't have to pay for it yourself, or you could buy it in advance for a present for your own baby. In the same kind of vein, I'm going to suggest swimming lessons. If you can get somebody to buy you a term of swimming lessons, that's normally equivalent to about £50 up to several £100s, depending on whether you're going for public or private swimming lessons. I would actually advise going for public swimming lessons. We go to our local leisure centre, or we did at least when we were able to, go to our local leisure centre for swimming lessons. They're really good quality. We always had a great time and they're a lot cheaper than the private counterparts, but that's of course entirely up to you. It would be a great present to get from somebody. And then the last thing to consider, especially as everything is hopefully going to be opening up again in January, is an annual pass. We have had annual passes before for the aquarium, for the farm. You can get them for lots of different activities all over the country that are suitable for babies and toddlers, and it just means that you can go back again and again. In fact, we had one for our local soft play as well, which is now really sadly closed down because of everything that's happened. Oh, I'm really sad about that. Especially if you are living on a budget, and this was really useful for us when we were living on just one single wage and we had practically no money. It was nice to know that I could still take the boys on a day out, or boy at that time when it was just Finley, and we didn't have to pay for that day out when we got there because it was already pre-paid for. It's a great way of helping somebody else out if you want to give a gift to a family member or loved one that has small children, or if, of course, if you want to ask somebody to get those for you. As it's the month of December, I am going to be doing some weekly and daily vlogs this month. Lots of people have asked if I'm doing Vlogmas. I'm not going to do Vlogmas because it is a big commitment, and as lots of you know, I do have other jobs that I have to do as well. However, I would really like to be able to record this time just for our own memories, but also to share with you how we kind of navigate Christmas with a baby and toddler, especially at this different time of year. So if those kind of things interest you, then of course don't forget to subscribe, and if you could like this video, if you did like it, then that would mean so much to me. It really does help my channel to grow and for us to be able to reach and help more people. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Happy Christmas, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye bye.